A very normal young woman, doing a very normal window shopping. What nobody knows, I think it's about since I was 12 or 14 that I can't wear boots anymore. Silke B suffers from lipedema, a chronic as well as painful fat distribution disorder in her arms and legs, an illness which causes her extremities to swell due to lymphatic retention and excessive fat storage. According to estimates, about 3 million women in Germany are concerned. The worst for Silke are the pain and the swelling at night, every evening the feeling that your legs are falling off, and also the feeling that somebody pulls your feet through the floor. Her friend Julia is one of the few who knows what Silke goes through every day. She remembers words like, "My legs are bursting, I can't bear this pain," and also the stockings, which can't quite keep things under control anymore, and that there never ever seemed to be an end in sight. No end in sight. And the stockings. She's had to wear these for more than 10 years now. In no way can she manage to put them on without rubber gloves. The tight compression stockings are part of the conventional therapy, and they'll always be part of Silke's daily life if she sticks with this type of treatment. As well as the lymphatic drainage, which a 35-year-old has to go through twice a week. What with half an hour there and back, plus 1 hour for treatment, it takes her 2 hours every time. Silke will have to fit all of this into her daily life. The problem started little by little. Silke had stiff leg calves already as a young woman. Her legs looked different from those of other young women. The classic transition is missing. A beautiful knee, a nicely formed calf which converges slimly downwards. Well, I have the feeling that for me it's as if it starts higher up and stops further down, but exactly the same. It also only slowly dawns on her parents that something is wrong. As for so many other lipedema patients, plenty of well-meaning advice is offered at the beginning. Go have a swim, you've got to do sports, exercise. I've often suggested it to her. I said, "Sweetheart, you've really got to do a bit more sport." Now we know, of course, that exercise and diet don't work. Because neither diet nor exercise can influence this illness, a circumstance which for a lot of patients represents a heavy psychological burden. You try to come to terms with it, but you also feel that it's not a pretty sight. I think those areas are ugly. And I also think that other people find them ugly. When Silke, at the age of 20, looks up a doctor thinking she has a problem with her veins, the latter steers her off in another direction by sending her to Dr. Manuel Cornely. The dermatology, phlebology and lymphology specialist diagnoses a lipedema. He tells Silke about the liposculpture method, an operation which carefully preserves the lymphatic vessels, an alternative to the traditional treatment. But the Social Security does not reimburse you for the costs. Silke first decides to go for the compression stockings and lymphatic drainage. She does some research on the subject and procures information from leaflets and the internet. Today she knows that I'm lucky to have landed by a doctor who recognized this problem and who is also acquainted with it, because there are far too many women who don't realize that they have a problem in the first place and who don't even think about when their legs feel heavy or swell up. They think that that's just the way it is because the weather is hot. What heat, in addition, does to her daughter is something Gabriele found out by chance. It was very hot. It was really close. It was 32 degrees. We were in Düsseldorf at the time. We wanted to go out and were ready. And I thought, where is she? I went back into the bedroom. She sat on the bed and had these rubber gloves on, pulls on these tights, and says to me, "Mum, I'm dripping with sweat. I can't cope anymore. I'm so fed up with it all." And then I said, "Oh God, Silke," and just stood there. I then went out and had a cry because I thought, what have I done to my child? Suppose it's something she inherited from me. Feelings of guilt and shame. Silke's illness also affects her surroundings, which is one of the reasons why she always tried to hide her problem, whether at work or with friends. I've always tried not to burden my partner with my problem. I've shown him what the tights look like, even to this day. Although my boyfriend knows, I still say, "Wait a minute, I'm just getting dressed. Please don't disturb." And he respects that. So far, only her parents, her partner and her best friend know. But now Silke lets a camera team have a look into her life. Not an easy step to take after so many years of hiding, but she is tired of letting an illness dominate her life. I really don't know the feeling of being free of complaint. Even with the tights on, you still feel the complaint. And so now, not only has she taken the decision to consider the operation once again after all, but also in this way to show fellow sufferers that a solution might be found. Her family supports her 100%. I find it's a good idea, first of all, because this illness as such would be better known, and also the symptoms of this illness, and secondly, that you can do something about it. After more than 10 years wearing stockings, Silke has only one wish at the moment: for them to be gone. Will this wish be fulfilled?